On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Principle.
A fundamental law or truth that explains or controls how something happens or works.
Examples.
Principle of treatment. Principle in business. Efficiency isn't an essential principle here, fairness is.
Commitment.
A promise or firm decision to do something or to behave in a certain way.
Examples.
A commitment to an alliance. Meet his commitments. His business commitments took him to the United States.
Employee.
A person who is hired to work for a business or organization in exchange for wages or salary, a worker.
Examples.
Employee benefits. Employee evaluation. The employee handbook outlines the rules and regulations that all employees must follow.
Basis.
The most important facts, ideas, or events from which something is developed, the way how things are organized or arranged.
Examples.
On an equal basis. Basis for calculation. This evidence will form the basis for our discussion.
Gender.
The range of characteristics of femininity and masculinity and differentiating between them, especially when considering social and cultural differences rather than differences in biology.
Examples.
Gender-blind policies. Dual gender. Cultural norms strongly influence gender expectations.
Religion.
A deep conviction in a supernatural power that controls human destiny.
Examples.
Religion sociology. Freedom of religion. Their religion strictly prohibits them from drinking or gambling.
Opportune.
Suitable or happening at a time that is suitable or convenient for a particular purpose.
Examples.
Opportune occasion. An opportune remark. The phone rang at the most opportune time.
Develop.
To grow or expand, to improve or refine through a process of progress and refinement, often to achieve greater sophistication or complexity, to elaborate or add detail to something that is in the process of being created.
Examples.
Develop a strategy. Develop a skill. We must develop a new system to streamline our workflow and increase efficiency.
Critic.
Someone who expresses opinions about the quality of books, music, etc.
Examples.
Art critic. Severe critic. Advocates for legal reform hear less harsh words from their critics.
Refuse.
To show that one is not willing to do or accept something. Refuse a request. Refuse the company. My initial reaction was to refuse.
Counsel.
Advice or guidance given by a person with specialized knowledge or experience, particularly in a professional or legal context. The act of providing advice or guidance.
Examples.
Take counsel. Career counsel. She sought the counsel of her trusted advisor before making a decision.
Navigate.
To plan and direct the way that a ship, plane, etc. will travel, often by using a map.
Examples.
Navigate the Pacific. Navigate through a document. Our knowledge helps navigate our clients successfully.
Ideological.
Relating to or concerned with ideas and theories rather than practical matters.
Examples.
Ideological divide. Ideological differences. The book presents an ideological perspective on the role of government in society.
Disagree.
To have or express a different opinion, idea, etc.
Examples.
Disagree about a particular issue. Disagree with a plan. I disagree for reasons already stated above.
Controversial.
Causing a lot of hot public discussion and dispute.
Examples.
Controversial book. Controversial policy. The issue of the death penalty is highly controversial.
Defend.
To protect someone or something from attack, criticism, danger, etc.
Examples.
Defend my country. Defend against a threat. International law allows each nation to defend itself when its rights and interests are illegally violated.
Government.
The group of people with authority to control a country or state.
Examples.
Government bureaucracy. Government funding. The federal government is planning to increase taxes for the next fiscal year.
Structure.
The way of construction of something and the arrangement of its parts, or a complex thing constructed of many parts.
Examples.
The structure of a machine. Structure and function of the brain. The organizational structure of startups is often flat and straightforward.
Recommend.
To suggest that someone or something would be a suitable fit for a particular purpose or role.
Examples.
Recommend a hospitalization. Recommend reading. We recommend taking media training every 6 months.
Recognize.
To acknowledge or realize something or someone, to identify, remember, or become aware of something that was previously known or encountered.
Examples.
Recognize talent. Recognize achievement. It's important to recognize your strengths and weaknesses.
Promote.
To encourage or persuade people to like, buy, use, do, or support something, to raise someone to a higher position or rank.
Examples:
Promote a better relationship. Promote bad behavior. The government should do more to promote sustainable agribusiness.
Dialogue.
A conversation in a book, play, or film.
Examples:
Platonic dialogues. The form of a dialogue. He recorded the dialogue at the time of the incident.
Creative.
Relating to or involving the use of skill and original and unusual ideas to create something.
Examples:
Creative writing. Barren of creative spirit. All the supervisor has to do is assign tasks that make his subordinates more creative.
Progression.
The act or process of changing to the next stage or phase or moving forward.
Examples:
Progression of civilization. Progression of disease. The company has made great strides in its progression towards sustainability.
Enlighten.
To give someone greater knowledge or understanding about a particular subject or situation, often in a spiritual or moral sense.
Examples:
Enlighten legions of people. Enlighten other countries. The teacher sought to enlighten her students by introducing them to new ideas and perspectives.
Satisfy.
To make somebody pleased by giving them what they want or need.
Examples:
Satisfy a desire. Satisfy a user's needs. Did this response satisfy your request?
Discord.
Lack of agreement or harmony between people or things, a disagreement or dispute, a harsh, unpleasant sound or noise.
Examples:
In discord with my friend. Discord between team members. Political discord has led to a lot of tension at family gatherings lately.
Violent.
Involving or caused by physical force or aggression against someone or something.
Examples:
Victim of a violent crime. Violent incident. The protesters became violent when the police tried to disperse them.
Polarization.
The division or separation of something into two opposing or contrasting groups or factions. The condition of being polarized or having poles.
Examples:
Polarization effect. Dielectric polarization. The polarization of political views has created a deep divide in the country.
Innovation.
The creation of a new device or process resulting from study and experimentation.
Examples:
Innovation leader. Cutting-edge innovation. The vegetarian burger was an innovation that quickly spread to the United Kingdom.
Exponential.
Becoming more and more rapid, of or involving mathematical exponents.
Examples:
Exponential growth. Exponential function. Since the 1990s, the Internet has continued to experience exponential growth.
Vigorous.
Characterized by energy or intensity, physically strong and healthy, robust and enthusiastic in action or thought.
Examples:
Vigorous debate. Vigorous exercise. He conducts a vigorous workout routine to stay in shape.
Constitution.
The set of fundamental principles or established precedents that a state, a country, or an organization is governed by, the act of forming or establishing something.
Examples:
The national constitution. The national constitution. When the Constitution is amended, it often creates a great deal of controversy throughout the country.
Amendment.
The act or the process of changing something, especially a document or proposed new law.
Examples:
Constitutional amendment. Make an amendment to a contract. The opposition politicians jointly proposed an amendment to that law.
Restriction.
A limitation or constraint placed on something, or the act of limiting or constraining something.
Examples:
Nutritional restriction. Restriction on trade. The restriction on travel during the pandemic made it difficult for people to see their loved ones.
Employer.
A person or organization that pays workers to work for them.
Examples:
Illegal employer. Employer responsibility. An employer's attitude toward its employees significantly impacts their productivity.
Viol.
A stringed instrument, typically with 6 strings and frets, played with a bow, also called a viola da gamba.
Examples:
Viol instrument. Viol music. The viol player was rehearsing for an upcoming concert.
Relevance.
The state or degree of being closely connected or appropriate to the matter at hand.
Examples:
Have no relevance. Relevance category. The relevance of this information to the current situation needs to be investigated.
Suppress.
To bring something under control by force or authority, to put an end by force.
Examples:
Suppress a yawn. Suppress a revolt. The doctor prescribed medication to suppress the patient's appetite.
Blunt.
Having a dull or rounded edge or point, not sharp, straightforward in speech or manner, often to the point of being rude or insensitive.
Examples:
Blunt criticism. Blunt force. The blunt knife made it difficult to cut through the tough steak.
Instrument.
An object used to make musical sounds, such as a piano, guitar, or drum, a tool or device used for a specific activity, particularly in specialist or scientific work.
Examples:
Musical instruments. Surgical instruments. This electronic instrument is required to undergo periodic inspections to ensure precision.
Ban.
To officially or legally forbid or refuse to allow something.
Examples:
Ban gender-related job discrimination. Ban any type of cloning. We should ban mildly violent video games from a child's development perspective.
Entity.
Something that exists independently and has its own identity.
Examples:
Legal entity. Government entity. A company is a distinct legal entity.
Regulate.
To control something, especially by means of rules or laws.
Examples:
Regulate blood sugar levels. Regulate our conduct. We must manage to regulate our expenditure.
Dispose.
To put things or people in a particular manner or position, to incline someone towards a specific activity or mood, throw or cast away.
Examples:
Dispose battleships for a battle. Dispose of a used product. Generally speaking, the child is innately disposed to learn a language.
Broad.
Very wide, general.
Examples:
Attract broad attention. A broad mind. He accumulated wealth across a broad spectrum of assets.
Flexible.
Able to change or be changed to suit new conditions or situations, able to bend easily.
Examples:
Flexible schedules. A flexible wire. You can be more flexible and creative in your approach.
Prohibit.
To officially stop something from being done or used, especially by enforcing the law.
Examples:
Prohibit destructive activities. Prohibit the use of phone. Congress passed a law to prohibit the disposal of nuclear waste.
Consequence.
The outcome of a particular action or event, especially relative to an individual.
Examples:
Unintended consequences. The consequence of an argument. These economic activities had disastrous environmental consequences.
Unrestricted.
Not limited or confined in any way.
Examples:
Unrestricted access. Have unrestricted options. Capitalism allows unrestricted property ownership for individuals.
Exchange.
To give something and receive something else in return, often with the implication that the items being traded are of equal or comparable value. Noun, the act of giving or taking something in return for something else. A place or system where goods or services can be bought, sold, or traded.
Examples:
Exchange rate. Exchange a few friendly words. My sister and I frequently exchange books as we love reading.
Intentionally.
In a planned or intended way.
Examples:
She hit him intentionally. She intentionally spread misleading information. She would never intentionally hurt anyone.
Inflame.
To cause very strong feelings such as anger or excitement in a person or a group of people.
Examples:
Inflame skin. Inflame his passion. Her eyes inflamed with crying.
Exploration.
The activity of searching and finding out about something through a place.
Examples:
Future of space exploration. An Arctic exploration. He called for a careful exploration of the consequences.
Intellect.
The ability to think logically and comprehend information, especially at an advanced level.
Examples:
Enrich my intellect. Human intellect. Your intellect is capable of distinguishing among similar objects.
Vulnerable.
Capable of being hurt or influenced physically or mentally.
Examples:
A vulnerable bridge. Vulnerable parts of the body. Infants and pregnant women are particularly vulnerable.
Possibility.
A chance that something may happen or be true.
Examples:
Possibility for growth. Possibility of a major earthquake. The possibility of getting the disease will drastically increase.
Sanction.
Official permission or approval for an action, especially an economic or political action by a government or international organization. A penalty or punishment imposed for breaking the law, rule, or agreement. Verb. To impose a penalty or punishment for breaking the law, rule, or agreement.
Examples:
Imperial sanction. Popular sanction. The government imposed economic sanctions on the country.
Viewpoint.
A way of thinking about a specific subject, a place from which something can be viewed, especially in an area of natural beauty.
Examples:
A scientific viewpoint. Aesthetic viewpoint. We looked at this issue from a different viewpoint.
Circumstance:
The specific conditions or events that surround a particular situation or occurrence.
Examples:
Circumstance of birth. Circumstance of injury. She explained the circumstances surrounding the accident.
Mediate:
To try to bring about an agreement or understanding between people who are in conflict.
Examples:
Mediate allergic reaction. Mediate a negotiation. The teacher had to mediate a disagreement between two students over a stolen pencil.
Exposure:
The state of being in a particular situation or place where there is no protection from or guarantee to something harmful, the disclosure of something secret.
Examples:
A southern exposure. The exposure of a fraud. The long exposure to the air tarnished the antique tableware.
Opposing:
Competing, fighting, or working against each other.
Examples:
Opposing counsel. In an opposing direction. We have no intention of opposing his idea.
Acknowledgement:
The act of accepting or admitting something, or the fact of being accepted or admitted, recognition or acceptance of the existence or truth of something.
Examples:
In thankful acknowledgement. Acknowledgement of obligation. The recipient signed the acknowledgement of receipt.
Recognition:
The action or process of recognizing or being recognized, especially by remembering, an agreement that something is true or legal.
Examples:
Recognition award. Joint recognition. He was given recognition for his outstanding work in the field of medicine.
Unintended:
Not planned or meant.
Examples:
Unintended bias. Unintended misunderstanding. Excessive human interference in the global environment may bring unintended consequences.
Broaden:
To make or become wider or more extensive, to make or become more tolerant or liberal.
Examples:
Broaden students' knowledge. Broaden their horizon. The company broadened its product line to include more customer options.
Perspective:
A certain attitude towards something, a particular style of thinking about something.
Examples:
A perspective view. Perspective of the battle. His father's death changed his whole perspective on life.
Constantly:
All the time.
Examples:
a constantly innovative enterprise. A constantly varying mind. The mobile application industry is constantly changing.
Disrupt.
To prevent or stop something, especially an event, activity, or process, from continuing in the usual way by causing a problem or disturbance.
Examples:
Disrupt a well-ordered condition. Disrupt sleep. I'm so sorry to disrupt you when you're pretty busy.
Engaging.
Attracting, pleasant, or charming.
Examples:
Engaging story. An engaging smile. She was disbarred for her engaging in fraud. Verbal. Expressed in spoken rather than written words.
Examples:
Verbal communication. Verbal abuse. The candidate must have excellent verbal skills. Confrontation. The act of facing or dealing with something directly and openly, a direct and often hostile encounter or disagreement.
Examples:
Confrontation at the national level. Confrontation with others. The confrontation between the two leaders was broadcast live on television. Violate. To break or disrupt a rule, law, or agreement, to intrude on someone's privacy or rights.
Examples:
Violate the law. Violate rights. He violated the terms of his probation. Disciplinary. Of or relating to the punishment of people who break the rules, of or relating to a specific field of academic study.
Examples:
Disciplinary action. Take disciplinary measures. The school's disciplinary committee met to discuss the students' behavior. Invite. To ask someone to come or join, to offer an opportunity or possibility for something to happen or take place.
Examples:
Invite guests. Invite criticism. We want to invite you to our annual charity event. Stark. Empty, simple, or apparent, devoid of any qualifications.
Examples:
Stark landscape. Stark truth. The scenery of the battlefield was stark and gray. Rancor. Bitterness or resentment, especially long-standing or deep-seated animosity. Examples: Personal rancor. Political rancor. Despite their long-standing friendship, there was much rancor between the two rivals. Dissipated. Dispersed or scattered in different directions, wasted or squandered on excessive or extravagant pleasures such as drinking, partying, or gambling, characterized by a lack of focus or discipline. Examples: Dissipated lifestyle. Dissipated energy. His dissipated behavior at the party concerned his friends, who wondered if he had a substance abuse problem.
Obvious.
Easy to see, discover, or understand.
Examples.
Obvious reasons. His conclusion was obvious. There are obvious differences between the two wine-producing regions.
Separate.
To force, take, or pull apart, mark as different.
Examples.
Separate video into chapter. Separate cream from milk. We need to separate the aspect of his personality from the part of his competence when making an investment decision.
Reaction.
A response that reveals a person's feelings or attitude. In chemistry, a process in which one or more substances are changed into others.
Examples.
Chemical reaction. Trigger a reaction. There was a chemical reaction of the lime with the groundwater.
Institutionalize.
To establish or make something a part of an institution, equals a place such as a university, hospital, etc.
Examples.
Institutionalize a system. Institutionalize customary laws. The new policy aims to institutionalize the use of renewable energy sources.
Bias.
A strong feeling in favor of or against one group of people, an idea, or thing, often not based on fair judgment.
Examples.
Bias against a big company. Have a bias towards socialism. She researched gender bias in politics.
Influence.
The ability to affect someone's or something's character, growth, or behavior, or the effect itself.
Examples.
Influence a child's future. Influence the daily life. The former emperor had a particular influence even after he abdicated.
Background.
The details of a person's social heritage, such as family, vocational or educational experience, past information that is essential to understanding a situation or problem.
Examples.
A background color. A criminal background. The company's hiring criteria emphasize personality, not a person's background.
Organization.
A group of people who work together for a shared purpose.
Examples.
Organization chart. Agricultural organization. She is the president of a large international organization.
Govern.
To legally control and direct a country, city, group of people, etc., and be responsible for introducing new laws, organizing and maintaining public services.
Examples.
A nation's right to govern. Govern a public enterprise. The regulations governing medical malpractice claims are rigorous.
Marketplace.
A physical or virtual venue where goods or services are bought and sold, an economic system that facilitates exchange between buyers and sellers.
Examples:
Marketplace competition. Global marketplace. The online marketplace offers a wide variety of products for shoppers.
Compete.
To strive to achieve more success than someone or something.
Examples:
Compete against a friend. Compete fiercely. You must compete with others to obtain this position.
Corporate.
Of or relating to a large company.
Examples:
Corporate right. Corporate environment. The corporate office has decided to lay off 10% of the workforce.
Identity.
The fact of being who or what somebody or something is, the features, emotions, or ideas that distinguish persons from one another.
Examples:
Mistaken identity. Identity as an individual. The terrorist's identity remains unknown.
Vital.
Necessary for the success or continued existence of something.
Examples:
Play a vital role. Vital for a healthy society. Perseverance and optimism are vital to success.
Attract.
To draw or entice someone or something towards them through the qualities they have, especially positive ones.
Examples:
Attract attention. Attract customers. The government is eager to attract international investment.
Retain.
To keep or continue to possess or maintain something.
Examples:
Retain information. Retain a lawyer. Computers help people retain specific memories.
Talent.
A natural ability to be good at something. Someone who has a natural ability to be good at something.
Examples:
A person of diverse talents. Raw talent. Numerous great professional sports talents have come from this city.
Temptation.
The desire to do or have something that you know you should not do or have, the act of influencing by exciting hope or desire.
Examples:
Withstand temptation. Many temptations. Researchers often succumb to the temptation of accolades and commit research misconduct.
Decide.
To make up someone's mind about something, to come to a conclusion or judgment after considering options.
Examples:
Decide a question. Decide on a course of action. She couldn't decide whether to order the pizza or the pasta for dinner.
Complexity.
The state or quality of being complicated or intricate and difficult to understand.
Examples:
Cognitive complexity. Complexity theory. The project's complexity made it difficult for the team to complete it on time.
Spot.
A particular location or place, a small round or roundish area, differing in color or feels from the surface around it.
Examples:
Beauty spot. A spot on his honor. This remote spot is rarely visited.
Decision.
The act or process of making up someone's mind about something, a choice or judgment reached after considering options.
Examples:
Decision authority. A selfish decision. She was struggling to make a decision between two job offers.
Rely.
To require a certain thing or the assistance and support of someone or something in order to continue, run properly, or succeed.
Examples:
Rely on convenience stores. Rely entirely on him. Babies heavily rely on others for food.
Poverty.
The condition of being extremely poor.
Examples:
Poverty alleviation. The cycle of poverty. Many studies have investigated the relationship between poverty and academic achievement.
Statistics.
The discipline that concerns the collection, organization, analysis, interpretation, and presentation of data.
Examples:
Statistics for cancer. Official statistics. The statistics demonstrate that poverty and unemployment are genuine problems.
Diverse.
Including numerous categories of individuals or entities, various.
Examples:
Diverse backgrounds. A person of diverse talents. New York is a city with a diverse ethnic population.
Context.
The circumstances, facts, or conditions that surround a particular event, situation, or statement and that give it meaning.
Examples:
Historical context. Legal context. It's important to understand the context of a situation before making a decision.
Accuse.
To charge or criticize someone with a crime or wrongdoing.
Examples:
Accuse his rudeness. Accuse each other. The witness accused the defendant of committing the robbery.
Self-interest.
The fact or action of only considering their own interests and of not caring about others.
Examples:
Unaffected by self-interest. Material self-interest. The company's donation was undoubtedly motivated by self-interest.
Hazy.
Not clear due to a lack of recollection, comprehension, or detail, unsure or perplexed about something.
Examples:
Hazy dream. Hazy atmosphere. My recollections of the holiday were hazy.
Topic:
A subject that is being discussed or written about.
Examples:
A serious topic. The topic of the book. The topic of the discussion was the current state of the economy.
Verify.
To check that something exists or is true, or to prove that something is correct.
Examples:
Verify a document. Verify identity. We always verify all critical information independently.
Flat out.
At the highest or maximum level of speed, effort, or intensity, unequivocal or without hesitation or qualification, adverb, at full speed or maximum effort.
Examples:
Flat out pace. Flat out refused. She gave a flat out refusal to participate in the project.
Circulation.
The movement of blood through the body or of a fluid through a system, the number of copies of a newspaper or magazine that are sold.
Examples:
Lymphatic circulation. Circulation of money. The circulation of the magazine has been steadily declining.
Currency.
A system of money in general use in a particular country.
Examples:
Currency exchange. Digital currency. The currency used in this country is the euro.
Appropriate.
Suitable or proper in the circumstances, fitting.
Examples:
Appropriate behavior. An appropriate time. It would be appropriate to dress nicely for the wedding.
Foster.
To promote a growth, to take care of another person's child, usually for a limited time, without becoming their legal parents.
Examples:
Foster a better relationship. Foster 2 kids. The pastor contributed to fostering the sense of a community embracing all classes.
Responsible.
Answerable or accountable for something within one's power, control, or management.
Examples:
Responsible action. Responsible for customer service. She's a responsible pet owner who ensures her dog gets enough exercise and a healthy diet.
Debate.
A formal discussion or argument of opposing viewpoints, often to persuade others to adopt a specific position. A public discussion, often on an issue of current interest, in which participants offer opinions and differing perspectives.
Examples:
Debate topic. Debate competition. The debate over climate change continues to be a hot topic in politics.
Label.
A small piece of paper, fabric, or other material attached to an object and giving information about it. Verb, to assign to a category.
Examples.
A mailing label. Label a bag with my name. The label on the food package lists the ingredients and nutritional information.
Tweet.
A short, high sound made by a small bird, a message sent using Twitter, the social media application.
Examples.
A chick's tweet. His latest tweets. We could hear the tweet of baby birds.
Mislead.
To cause someone to believe something that is not true.
Examples.
Mislead him into trusting her. Mislead the enemy. Our troops pulled back to mislead the enemy.
Deceptive.
Tending to mislead or deceive either deliberately or inadvertently, causing one to believe what is not true or fail to believe what is true.
Examples.
Deceptive practices. Appearances are deceptive. The politician's statements were found to be deceptive and not based on fact.
Claim.
To assert that something is true, to demand or request something as one's own, to lay legal or moral right to something. Noun, a demand or assertion of a right or something that one believes to be true.
Examples.
Claim responsibility. False claim. He wants to claim ownership of the abandoned property.
Coronavirus.
A large family of viruses that can cause illness in humans and animals, which name comes from the crown-like spikes on the surface of the virus, which can be seen under a microscope, and COVID-19 is caused by a specific type of coronavirus known as SARS-CoV-2.
Examples.
Coronavirus antibody test kit. Coronavirus bankruptcy. Considering the situation of coronavirus, organized stopped this year's beer festival.
Up to the minute.
Completely current and timely, having the latest or most recent information or developments.
Examples.
Use up-to-the-minute technology. Up-to-the-minute stock market data. The up-to-the-minute news coverage provided by this channel is very informative.
Virus.
A tiny infectious organic material that causes disease in people, animals, and plants.
Examples.
Spread of the virus. A strain of virus. An infected person in the hospital will likely pass the virus to others.
Contract.
A legally binding agreement between two or more parties, setting out their rights and obligations to each other, typically in writing and enforceable by law.
Examples.
Employment contract. Contract law. The company signed a contract with the supplier for the delivery of goods.
Assert.
To state something firmly and confidently, often in a way that is intended to convince others that it is true.
Examples:
Assert a free society. Assert a claim for unjust enrichment. She asserted that she was innocent, despite the evidence against her.
Authoritative.
Having or showing knowledge, expertise, or power in a particular field or area, recognized as being accurate or reliable, commanding respect or obedience.
Examples:
Authoritative source. Authoritative figure. The scientist's findings were considered authoritative in the field of physics.
Incentive.
Something, such as a punishment, reward, etc., that encourages a person to do something.
Examples:
Financial incentives. An incentive to work hard. They have no incentive to win the game.
Isolate.
To physically or socially separate someone or something from other people or things.
Examples:
Isolate a compound. Isolate a patient. You should not isolate them from the community.
Inevitably.
In a manner that cannot be avoided or prevented.
Examples:
Inevitably decline with age. Inevitably reach the consumer. Because of his excellent performance, he will inevitably be promoted.
Offensive.
Rude in a way that causes someone to feel anger, annoyance, or resentment, for the purpose of attack rather than defense.
Examples:
Assume the offensive. An offensive smell. His offensive philosophy in business led to many hostile takeovers.
Contribute.
To give something, especially money or goods, to provide or achieve something together with other people.
Examples:
Contribute a large sum of money to the fund. Contribute to society. Government workers cannot contribute to political campaigns.
Innovative.
Introducing or using new methods, ideas, etc.
Examples:
Use of innovative technology. Stylistically innovative works. The Prime Minister stressed the need to create innovative industries.
Squelch.
To make a sucking sound like that made by walking heavily through mud, to suppress or silence something completely, to crush or quash something, especially through force or authority.
Examples:
Squelch a rumor. Squelch a rebellion. She had to squelch her anger before she spoke to her boss about the issue.
Unfamiliar.
Not known or recognized, not experienced or encountered before.
Examples:
The unfamiliar surroundings. Around unfamiliar people. She was unfamiliar with the city and got lost while trying to find her way back to the hotel.
Definition:
a concise explanation of the meaning of a word, phrase, or symbol.
Examples:
a precise definition. The definition of a word. Parallel lines are, by definition, lines on the same plane that never cross.
Orthodoxy:
adherence to a conventional or widely accepted set of beliefs or practices, especially in religion or politics, the accepted or established doctrine or teachings of a particular group or institution.
Examples:
religious orthodoxy, intellectual orthodoxy. The Church's orthodoxy on certain issues was deeply ingrained.
Scared:
afraid or frightened.
Examples:
scared all the time. Scared dog. I'm scared of insects.
Deficiency:
the state of lack or not having enough of something that is essential.
Examples:
a deficiency of copper and zinc. A mild degree of mental deficiency. Vitamin deficiency can lead to various illnesses.
Suppression:
the act of stopping or preventing something from being expressed or revealed.
Examples:
the suppression of bandits. Suppression of estrogen. The government imposed a suppression of freedom of speech.
Devastating:
causing a great deal of destruction or damage.
Examples:
have devastating effects. Treat this devastating disease. This typhoon was the most devastating in years.
Witch:
a person, typically a woman, who is believed to have magic powers and practices witchcraft.
Examples:
witch hunt. Witch trial. Many people in the medieval period believed in witches and their ability to cast spells.
Lynch:
to put to death or punish, usually by hanging, without legal authorization or due process, often as an act of mob justice or vigilante action. Noun, a violent punishment, often extrajudicial, in which a mob or group of people seize and kill someone, usually by hanging, as a form of punishment or vengeance.
Examples:
lynch law. Lynch him to death. The mob wanted to lynch the suspect before he could be tried in court.
Genocide:
the intentional killing of a large group of people, especially those of a particular ethnic group or nation.
Examples:
genocide victims. Genocide resolution. The international community condemned the genocide in the country.
Remedy:
A successful way of dealing with or improving an unpleasant or difficult situation or curing an illness.
Examples:
Remedy for air pollution. An internal remedy. This drug will be a good remedy for your stomach trouble.
Nazi.
A member or supporter of the National Socialist German Workers' Party, which controlled Germany from 1933 to 1945 and carried out a genocidal campaign against Jews and other marginalized groups. Someone who subscribes to similar racist or authoritarian beliefs.
Examples:
Nazi regime. Neo-Nazi movement. The Nazi Party was responsible for atrocities committed during World War II.
March.
To walk militarily with stiff, regular steps.
Examples:
March against the war. March east. The troops marched shoulder to shoulder.
Leafy.
Covered with or having many leaves, of or relating to plants that produce many leaves, especially those that are broad and flat.
Examples:
Leafy canopy. Leafy suburbs. The neighborhood is known for its leafy trees and verdant gardens.
Peaceful.
Not involving violence, conflict, or war.
Examples:
Peaceful country. Peaceful coexistence. Plutonium has limited peaceful applications.
Suburb.
An outlying district or residential area of a city or town, typically comprising middle-class and affluent neighborhoods.
Examples:
Suburb development. Suburb life. He grew up in the suburbs, but always dreamed of living in the city.
Holocaust.
The systematic killing of millions of Jews and other minority groups by the Nazis during World War II, or any similar act of mass destruction.
Examples:
Nuclear holocaust. The Holocaust Museum. Many Holocaust survivors still suffer from the trauma they experienced during that time.
Survivor.
A person who remains alive after an event in which others have died.
Examples:
Ovarian cancer survivor. A single survivor. The shipwreck survivor was rescued after floating in the ocean for 3 days.
Council.
A group of people who have been elected or appointed to make decisions or give advice on a particular subject or in a particular place.
Examples:
Other council members. City council election. The city council voted to approve the new development project.
Immediately.
Now or without delay.
Examples:
Immediately recall a product. Write him an answer immediately. A suspension order from the court is effective immediately.
Ordinance.
A law or regulation enacted by a local government or governing authority, typically used about laws that concern public health, safety, or morals.
Examples:
City ordinance, county ordinance. The town council passed an ordinance banning the use of plastic bags.
Sue.
To claim a person or organization, especially by filing a legal claim for money or redress.
Examples:
Sue a company for damages. Sue my boss for harassment. He planned to sue the organization for negligence.
Supreme.
Highest in rank, level, or importance.
Examples:
The Supreme Commander. Justice of the Supreme Court. The supreme pleasure of life is the conviction that we are loved.
Display.
To exhibit or show something to others, often to attract attention or demonstrate its features, properties, or value.
Examples:
Display merchandise. Display artwork. We need to display our products in an attractive way to attract customers.
Swastika.
An ancient symbol consisting of a cross with arms bent at right angles, often used by cultures around the world as a symbol of good fortune or well-being, but more recently and unfortunately associated with the Nazi Party and its atrocities during World War II.
Examples:
Swastika symbol. Swastika tattoo. The use of the swastika sign during World War II has forever tarnished its once positive connotations in many cultures.
Salute.
To show respect or recognition for someone or something, often by making a gesture or performing an action, to greet or acknowledge someone in a formal or ceremonious way.
Examples:
Salute to the flag. Salute him in military fashion. The soldiers stood at attention to salute their commanding officer.
Litigation.
The process of resolving legal disputes through the court system.
Examples:
Civil litigation. Litigation process. The government is considering litigation against the company for environmental violations.
Federal.
Relating to a central government or national authority, refers to government policies, laws, or programs that are implemented at a national level rather than a state or local level.
Examples:
Federal regulations. Federal funding. The federal government announced new regulations to protect the environment.
Protest.
A strong expression of disagreement, disapproval, or opposition.
Examples:
Hold a protest. A silent protest. He left the party in protest at its radical political stance.
Inclusive.
Including much or everything, and especially including stated limits, not excluding any of the people, things, ideas, etc. involved in something.
Examples:
a fully inclusive price. Inclusive education. The university has established a capacity for each nationality as part of its inclusive policy.
Tribune.
An official in ancient Rome who represented various social groups and had the power to veto decisions made by other officials, a platform or elevated area used for speaking or addressing a public audience.
Examples:
the position of tribune. Editorial tribune. The politician delivered his speech from the tribune to a crowd of cheering supporters.
Sputter.
To emit or make a series of explosive popping or spitting sounds. To speak quickly or in a confused or agitated manner. To work or operate in an erratic or uneven manner.
Examples:
sputter into silence. Sputter due to lack of fuel. The car's engine began to sputter as it ran out of gas.
Spectacular.
Striking or impressive to look at or in performance or achievement.
Examples:
spectacular view. Achieve spectacular growth. The spectacular fireworks display was the highlight of the festival.
Fallacy.
A mistaken belief, idea, or argument that is not supported by facts or evidence, a deceptive or misleading statement or belief.
Examples:
fallacy of logic. Belief in a fallacy. Many people cling to the fallacy that they can get rich quickly, despite all evidence.
Moral.
Concerned with the principles of what is right and wrong, fairness, honesty, etc.
Examples:
moral hazard. Moral burden. Ethics deals with moral conduct.
Bankruptcy.
The legal status of a person or business that cannot repay debts to creditors.
Examples:
bankruptcy court. Bankruptcy filing. The bankruptcy of the company has left many workers without jobs.
Countervail.
To oppose or balance something with equal force or weight, to counteract or compensate for something.
Examples:
countervail the argument. Countervail the cost. The company implemented new security measures to countervail the threat of cyber attacks.
Noble.
Having or showing excellent personal qualities or high moral principles that people admire.
Examples:
a noble family. Noble gas. He is a noble-minded man.